The Industrial Revolution is often celebrated as the era that transformed our world. But behind the marvels of technology and progress lies a darker, more sinister story. In the race for progress, factories became places of misery. Workers, including children as young as 5, toiled for up to 16 hours a day under brutal conditions. These children were seen as cheap labor, forced to crawl under machines, risking life and limb for a few pennies. For them, there was no childhood, only endless hours of labor. Entire families crammed into small, disease-ridden slums, living without clean water or sanitation. Illness spread like wildfire, with cholera and typhus claiming countless lives. Coal fueled the revolution, but it came at a price. Miners faced deadly conditions, working in pitch-black tunnels where cave-ins and explosions were a constant threat. The quest for industrial growth led to the destruction of nature. Rivers turned toxic, air became choked with smog, and entire ecosystems were pushed to the brink. While the poor suffered, factory owners grew rich, exploiting the labor of millions. For them, it was all about profit, no matter the human cost. But people began to fight back. Protests erupted across cities, with workers demanding fair wages, shorter hours, and better working conditions. The Luddites took a different approach, destroying machines they saw as the cause of their suffering. Their rebellion became a symbol of resistance against an unforgiving system. Gradually, the cries for change couldn't be ignored. Laws were introduced to protect workers, but progress was slow, and many continued to suffer. By the mid-19th century, illnesses like tuberculosis were rampant, claiming the lives of countless workers weakened by harsh conditions. In some places, resistance was met with extreme violence. Workers who dared to protest risked imprisonment or even execution. The revolution that brought innovation also brought suffering, and the human cost of progress was steep. Many worked their entire lives without seeing the fruits of their labor. The Industrial Revolution was not just a time of invention and prosperity. It was a time of pain, loss, and struggle for countless families. Over time, changes did come. Working hours were reduced, wages improved, and children were gradually freed from the horrors of factory life. Today, we live with the benefits of the Industrial Revolution, but we must never forget the dark side of progress, the countless lives sacrificed, and the lessons learned.